Hey lovelies, it's Amanda. How's it going? So today, what I really want to talk about is what I'm dealing with and what so many are dealing with in their own way right now is when the energy hit back. What I mean by that is not running into a forest fire with a blowtorch. That's not what I'm talking about. The energy is crazy right now and it is throwing up all of the fucking mirrors, all of them. There's smoke and mirrors going out over here, and there's mirrors being thrown up here, and it's all of the things, and it's really intense. Hello, my lovely, how's it going? And what I felt when I was tuning in, I'm like, okay, I really feel like I need to jump on live. There's been a lot of stuff going on, not just for me, but for everybody. How do I show up to that? How can I best show up to that? How can I best support myself while supporting others? And that's what Spirit said, is when the energy hit back. And what that means is showing up to those really triggering energies, to those really triggering events, to those really massive mirrors that are reflecting things back. Not in the same way you have before, where you retreat, where you freak out, where you have a tantrum, where you go into a depressive low, where you fly into anxiety. You may experience all those things initially, right? It happens. We have our initial reactions to things, and then allow yourself to notice how it affects you differently. This is the really, really cool ass thing, is for those of us that have really been putting in the work, because we sometimes feel like, oh my God, like it feels like nothing has fucking changed. Like my financial situation feels like it's about the same. It's this relationships and this and that, the other thing, feel like it hasn't really shifted exponentially. But all of a sudden, when you get another recurrent trigger that comes around that feels more of the same as before, and you're able to meet it with different energies, or you're able to move through it quicker, you're able to see through it faster, you're able to feel more solution-based than more victim-based. It is absolutely normal to feel victim-based. Like initially, I can't, fuck, I was just down here like this, and I just go back again. It's a cute guy right here. Hi, little cute guy. Very intimidating. Boy, waving around. But it's what you do with it. It's how you show up to it. It's how you show up for yourself. It's how you show up to the situation. And watching and being mindful of those little tiny differences, those little tiny nuances, right? It's like, wait a minute. In the past, a year ago, this would have fucking slammed me. This would have like knocked me to my ass. And now I'm able to be frustrated and move through it in 3 minutes versus in 3 days. And having it haunt me, right? So when the energy hit back. Assess the situation and be like, no, I've got this. If a fire happens, it's like, okay, is this a grease fire? Because a grease fire is managed differently than an electric fire. It's managed differently than like a forest fire, right? All 3 ways are approached and diffused in very different manner. So being able to assess, what energy do I need to meet this with? If you do as you done, you get as you got. So if you continue to come up to various situations with the same energy of the past, you're going to get the same result that you had before. But when these recurrent situations come and happen, and you are able to meet yourself and the situation in a completely different energy, maybe even take a step back in that moment, or maybe just be like, holy fucking shit. Have a little laugh, have a little shake, do what you need to do. All right. So how do I hold space for this? How do I move through this? If I am going, how do I find the eye of my storm so I don't feel like I'm being taken out by the storm, in the whirlwind, in the tornado, finding the eye so I can just be like, all right, what's actually going on? What's actually happening versus what this is being made out to be versus what I've made it out to be in the past. Allowing yourself to look through things from a completely different lens and a completely different energy. Releasing the whole victimization that often happens when you're feeling like we're being slammed in rapid fire, and going, what are the parts of this that I can be accountable for? What are the parts that I can show up to? What are the parts that I require other people or other systems or different things to show up to? What are the things that I have maybe avoided in the past that I need to show up to or with in a different way? Of course, it happens. It happens every time I play. How has the energies been showing up for you guys? Do you feel like you're being slammed? Whether you're live or on the replay, let me know. Are you kind of feeling like you're riding the waves, even though you're kind of going like this? Are you noticing that even when things are happening, that you are in a place and space to meet it differently? Have you even taken the opportunity to look and to be like, hey, wait a minute? Because sometimes we are meeting it differently, but we haven't actually taken the space or place to sit back and like, wow, wait a minute. This is affecting me way less or way differently than it did in the past. I'm shifting through this a lot faster. I'm seeing this from a different level. I'm not just hyperfixating on the one tiny thing that's right in front of me. I'm going, okay, wait a minute. What's the whole bigger picture around this? Let me get a bigger view. Let me get a different perspective. And automatically going into that, okay, what can be done about this? Because freaking out about situations doesn't actually shift the situation. It's understanding the actual situation and understanding the different solutions available to us. And sometimes that requires taking the space, doing like the whole helicopter approach, removing ourselves from the crux of it and choosing to be like, I am going to do some research. There's always the known things that can help you in situations, and then there's the unknown. It's like, okay, Spirit, guide me towards the unknown. Guide me to what is in my best interest and highest good that can help me through this situation in a quicker, more efficient, more grounded and centered manner. And then listen to those little divine breadcrumbs that come in. Hey, monkey. Oh, we're going to get a growl. Nope. Yeah, listen. Monkey. Oh. Sometimes he growls when you pet him. It's quite funny. Finally, an energetic transformer. I feel and know that you're not bullshitting you. Yes! Exactly. Just taking it and running with it. Hey, Tony. I didn't know that you went by Tony. Now I know. now I know. I was going to call you AC. Apparently it's Tony. But this has been a really wild ride, guys. The Schumann resonance is going off the crazy town. Every time I look at it, I feel like a broken record. There's red zones, there's whiteouts, there's redouts, there's red zones, whiteouts, redouts, really high energy influxes is what those are. There's blackouts, so there's like timeline jumps, there's all of these different things that are going on right now, So you want to make sure that you're meeting yourself there. You want to make sure that you are really like embracing it all, sitting with it all, and not staying in it. When that heavier shit comes through, feel it, process it, let it roll. Feel it, and anything that's attached to you across any and all dimensions of time and space, allowing it to just out. Releasing all of that extraneous, sticky crap, anything that you've been holding on to, anything that you may have any resistance, known or unknown, seen or unseen, conscious or subconscious. Around, it's like, it's go time. And this really intense energy is so conducive for these really big, crazy up levels. And these really big trigger to transformation, shake down to shift up, break down to break through. Massively. Like, those energies are being really supportive right now. I have a lot of people talking about a lot of relationship shit coming up. So that brings us to another part of it. It's recognizing and realizing that we can only be responsible and accountable for our side of things, right? So things are being reflected now of what's working in our realm and what's not working in our realm, where we are overextending ourselves. And maybe where there has been, we felt we were supporting somebody, we're perhaps enabling that. There's a lot of people right now where this energy is just too intense, and they're basically falling back into their avoidant, numbing behaviors and energies, right? And it's like allowing people to be where they're at. You can't force people into actions and into choices that they are ready to make. You can, but you're not going to get your desired result. So it's holding that space and holding that energy yourself, making those moves and coming from accountable yourself, working on your own personal energy absolutely emanates without and affects those around you, but you can't force somebody else to do that or drag them around with you. You can just do that for yourself, and as your vibration goes up, so too does the opportunity for them to go. Sometimes I'm seeing a lot of people right now that are energetically going and are just tapping out and are doing the blame game, that aren't able to go to accountability, that are really just kind of stuck in their own personal victimhood because it is so intense and they're not able to recognize, realize, and actualize these different things, which is totally okay. Again, no judgment. You're at where you're at as you're at, and everybody comes to this in their own time and place and way, but making sure that you're not doing for others or attempting to do for others what they need to do for themselves. It's like we all need to stay in our own lane while holding space and supporting others, not enabling, while having that energy of, okay, I ride, you ride, I rise, rise, you rise, we rise. Together, let's rise, right? Like, I'll put my hand down and help you come up as I'm rising, but I'm not going to crawl around on the floor in the coals and burning myself for you when you're not, you're making that choice. I don't need to make the choice to do that. I'm not helping either of us by hurting myself as well, by crawling in the area that you are self-flatulating in. It's your self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So it's like being there with the person when they're in that space doesn't actually help them get out. So it's like being there supporting them by being your best version of self and working on yourself and helping, not from a judging place. It's not like, oh, if I did it, you could, well, saying if I did it, you can do it isn't judging. But for some people, they sometimes throw that on them. And it's like, no, you're ready when you're ready. You can't force somebody into being ready. And sometimes people take several different goes at it. It doesn't mean that they're never going to get there. It means that healing isn't linear. That's what it means. So holding space for people to get there in their own time, in their own way. Hey, Cass, how's it going? Hey, Shane. Thank you. Tea is my friend. So what are you guys thinking? What's that bringing up for you? Anything? Anything? Just going to shift out some stagnancy right now. Celebrate the little wins, guys. Celebrate wild energies. Yes, Cass, majorly wild energies. And by the way, I am proud of you. You know why? You're doing what you're doing in this energy. Good fucking for you. Good for you. That's fucking incredible. Celebrate the little wins, guys. Celebrate every day. It doesn't, like, we sit there and we wait for the big wins to celebrate. And it's the little wins that get us to the big wins. It's cumulative, right? So when you're waiting for that one thing, it's like not putting your happiness contingent on that one thing. It's like really embracing the beingness of the moment-to-moment things, the little things. Those are the things that really matter. I'm not saying the big things don't matter, because they do, but it's celebrating and being grateful for and in the moment and present for all of it. Not just this part of the journey, but the whole damn thing. The whole damn thing. And being grateful for the little things. Being grateful for the fact of silly thing, but not silly thing of I'm trying really hard not to night eat. It makes me feel awful. I just get munchy, not even really hungry at night. I'm trying to deal with insomnia and stuff. Like there's like little switches and stuff that I'm making in my life, and it's like I will celebrate when I don't night eat. It's a big win. Like it's a win. It's like, okay, sweet. I didn't give in to, it's more habit than anything when it comes to night eating. So it's like little things like that. My partner is on a leg of his recovery journey where it's realizing, and so many of us are doing this right now. When things get really hard, we all have numbing behaviors. It doesn't have to be drugs, alcohol, or gambling, the ones that everybody thinks about. Numbing behaviors can be like watching too many, like binge watching movies, losing yourself in gaming. There's nothing wrong with watching movies. There's nothing wrong with gaming. It's intentions, right? Food. Food is a big one. Again, I'm talking about mindless eating at night. When I'm feeling like I will eat at night. It's like, okay, let's do something else. So instead, I've been drinking tea and moving into, when I'm feeling like doing that, then moving into meditation. Moving into my thoughts, moving into like energetically shifting things from my body. Different stuff like that. It's the little subtleties and celebrating when you do catch yourself and you make that shift and you make those switches. Hey, Jessica, you're so welcome, Cass. You are so welcome. But I'm so very proud of you. Scrolling on your phone too much. Yes, Jeff. Fuck. That's a huge one. Is catching yourself in. I'm trying to get better at that one. And it's easy for some people to be like, oh yeah, just put your phone down, don't pick it up. Well, for those of us that work from our phones, it's more difficult because I won't even know where the switchover happens. I'll be doing work stuff and then all of a sudden I catch myself scrolling like, oh, how did I get there? Shit. And then I have to put my phone down, shift out of the energy. Usually I just do some cleaning things, recalibrate myself, and then go back. Like, okay, what is it though that I need to be doing? Like, what are the concrete things? Okay, well, I need to message these people about this thing. I need to do this content. I need to show up in this way. I need to edit this. And having the concrete things written down to avoid going into the scrolling game instead. But it's so easy. It's so easy. And it's very much entrenched in our culture right now, right? So yeah, that's a huge one. Get stuck and I feel like I do that and I get stuck and have to snap out of it. Yeah, me too. Exactly. Where it's like, you have to like consciously be like, whoa, wait a minute. I think something on the list that I should have for this year is contacts, because I'm constantly hitting my glasses when I'm doing these videos or when I'm doing like client sessions and stuff because my hands wave so much. Okay, I just got this nice sleeping Baba beside me, and then that one over there. Oh, hi, cuteness. Hi, you being a cute guy? I love his like happy growls. He doesn't love the phone. He does not love the phone. I stare into space a lot. Yeah. Yeah, you're tired. Yawn showed it. Oh my god, don't even get me started. I love it when people say, oh my god, you're so tired because you yawn. I'm like, no man. Oh, it's releasing energies. It's ultra fun when I'm in public and I start to like go into massive release. When I'm releasing, not just for myself, but releasing for other people as well. I'll just start to yawn like crazy and my eyes will start to water. Like, oh god, I think you've actually seen me doing that in public, Jess, where I'm just standing there. I'm yawning like crazy. Well, my eyes are watering going, oh my god, because it gets overwhelming in that space sometimes. At market. There's a very big chance that Jess knew exactly what that was and she was just bugging me. See, my pants are... Look at my awesome outfit, you guys. This is how much I dressed up for you. And these awesome socks. This is called I Needed to Be Comfortable. And Spirit told me to show up, so I showed up. But it looked like, or shall I say I felt like, it's also coming from being tired too, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I thought you were just being serious. I am and I'm not. So, am I physically tired? No. Am I tired of the little annoying nuances. I don't know if that is even the right word in life. Absolutely. Before I came on this live, I was dealing with some very adulting things. I don't even know how to put it. I was dealing with different loan companies and simple versus compound interest. And I learned about compound interest the hard way. So that's where a lot of the energy is releasing. And that was one of the things that basically ended up with the when energy hits back, right? Like I was hit with some pretty big realizations that were harsh realizations before I jumped on this call that in the past would have knocked me out and sent me into like a depressive fucking fetal position, rocking back and forth. But it didn't. This time I went, wow, that was a hard lesson. I'm done with these hard lessons. How do I get myself out of this? How do I make, more conscious decisions on this? Because I didn't realize. So how do I start to move myself out of this? So that's what the tiredness is. Tickle in my throat. In the last week, a week or two, I've also been very, very tired with a lot of the societal programming stuff and with a lot of things that are showing up in society, the things that people have been complacent with, the hate, the anger, the toxicity that is showing up right now has been really weighing on me in some ways. And I recognize and realize that there is so much love and compassion and beauty in this world. But I have absolutely been feeling the heaviness of that. And some of it is, I feel it in general, but it's also brought on even stronger when I accidentally go into those scrolling times, because you hear and see all of these different things that come up in that energy, right? Because it's all around us. So the tiredness is of that, of this earthly existence, where my soul feels very exhausted with that stuff. And lately I've been feeling timelines where we as a consciousness, as a collective, are so much further ahead than we are now. And I can also feel where we are further behind. That shit's scary. And I can also feel what it's going to take to move us through the next thing. And it's a lot. Because in order to reveal what has been hidden for so long, again, it's the shakedown to shift up. And that, on a collective level, is very tiring for me. You feel that too, Cass? Yeah. You adulting things, yeah, right, Jess? I avoided it. Like, I knew I had to do it today because I kept on avoiding it. Like, there was no choice, I had to do it today. And I'm grateful that I did. Yeah. It's just kind of like, okay, this is insane. The fact that some of these things, the fact that compound interest exists, like, it's great. Compound interest is a wonderful thing when it's to do with a savings account. But when it's to do with getting a loan for a medical device and it wasn't explained to you properly, it's like, wow. So how can I be the change in that? And I do the best that I can from where I'm at with this, is empowering people through a place of disempowerment. If you're feeling disempowered with something, it's finding that empowering energy within that, using that in order to come through, right? In order to empower others, because we all come into these disempowering situations. And so many times when we're in disempowering situations, we allow that disempowering energy to take us over and pull us under, instead of sitting with that and like, how do I shift this? How do I move through this in an empowered, grounded, centered way of strength? Itchy nose. That's where the wisdom comes in. Where we shift from that place of feeling surrounded and drugged down by it all, to feeling this dragging feeling, I'm going to allow those disempowering feelings to go with it while I rise up from it. It's not a part of me. You all have heard me talk about shit on shoe. The whole thing of when we are, if you step in shit and you have a choice, you step in poop. No one loves to step in poop. But if you step in poop, you're like, oh my God, I stepped in poop. And then you go and you wipe it off in grass, or you go and you find you have bottled water, you just go off your foot and you're good to go. And then you continue on your path. Or you can have an absolute meltdown about the fact that there's shit on your shoe when you step on shit. And freak the fuck out about the shit on the shoe. I was talking about this to somebody the other day. And her and I carried that analogy out even further. So when you step in shit on a shoe, you have that choice to like wipe it off and walk away, or to full out meltdown, fall in the shit, drop, and roll around in the shit, and then be mad because you're covered in shit. And then you have the choice, once you're covered in shit, to start to identify with I am shit. I am shit. I'm covered in shit. I am shit. There's a big difference between I am experiencing a situation and I am the situation. There's a big energetic difference. So if you get shit on your shoe, you fall down in it, you roll around, and then you start having a tantrum because you are shit. It's like, but you're not shit. You just fell down into the shit and rolled around in it, so you have shit on you. All you need to do is go into the shower and the shit comes off. But in that moment, you committed to stop, drop, and roll. And it didn't actually help you in that situation. But that's okay. Because we make choices, and some of them help us move through situations quicker, and some of us are more so the like in to go through. You really commit to it, and you really dive into that, feeling the crux of it before you come out of it. That you need that more so rock bottom fucking feeling to help you realize, like, wait a minute, but I am not the shit. I'm just covered in shit. It's completely different. I can just bathe and move myself out. If you start to internalize, I am shit, I am shit, I am shit, that completely affects how you show up, how you feel about yourself, how you navigate your environment, and what your attraction point is, because then that's your experience, that's what you're looking for, that's what you're identifying with, anything that makes you feel like shit, so that you can continue the self-fulfilling prophecy of I am shit. Right? Got what I'm putting down? And at any given moment in that, all you need to do is the very simple and yet still difficult realization of, wait a minute, I am not that that's external to me. What was once created can be uncreated and recreated at will. So if I've created this identity of I am shit, I can uncreate and recreate that at will. Shower it off, start recreating it. We always have the power. The power always lays and exists within us. We just need to tap into it, to recognize it, to realize it, to bring it forward. Everything's frustrated and tired. Yep. Just says there's a lot going on in the world, but tower moments need to happen for change. Yes, tower moments. There's a lot of tower card moments and death card moments. A lot happening right now, and they need to happen. It's needed. Excuse me. So that the truth is being revealed. People listen to the people who have meltdowns over the ones who wipe it off and move forward. Because we've learned to identify through fear and through victimization. Societal programming is very much under that fear umbrella and victimization umbrella. It's very sad. It's shifting slowly because there's more and more people who are embracing empowerment, love, and personal development and expansion. So there is a shift that's occurring, But, yeah, as far as like mainstream goes, absolutely. However, there is power in those who have committed to the shit and then had that realization and came out on the other side and went, yeah, so I stepped in shit once and I fell around, rolled around in it, believed that I was absolute shit, conjured up more shit into my life, reveled in that for X amount of time, and then as soon as I had the realization that I wasn't shit, that all I needed to do was go and shower off the shit, and then continue to shower or to, you know, brush off my shoe if I stepped in shit again, or if I fell in shit, make it a moment, not a forever, everything started shifting for me. Those are powerful people. They're like, yeah, I've been on both sides. Like, I went there. I went into that fear. I gave in to my fear. I totally let myself go there. I totally allowed myself to be stuck in there. And then I shifted out. This is what I did to shift out. This is how I was able to come up with that awareness. Because awareness is just one step. It's just one step. You actually need to be able to take the divinely inspired action steps that come after in order to get yourself out. Because I hear people all the time, oh, well, the person's aware. Okay, cool, but are they doing anything about that? I can be aware that I stepped on the shit, but if I'm not doing anything about it, I'm going to track the shit everywhere. Right? What's going on with the phone? Didn't step in shit. Wait, I went for a walk that helped me out today, blew the stink off me. Didn't step in shit. It's good catch. It's perfect. Wind is great too. So you blew the stink off of me. It's windy as hell today over here, and it's so great because wind is I always think of like wind being the element of change and shifting. And I went for my my ocean dip the other day, and I was just sitting there. It was beautiful because in front of me, when I went into the water, in front of me, there was a storm cloud that had passed in this big gray area. I have a video of it. I'm going to post it at some point. And then behind me, it was like sun and cloud, like white fluffy clouds with the sun peeking out. It was beautiful. I'm like, holy shit. Like, look at this. Like, what a beautiful reminder that sun, cloud, and storm can exist simultaneously all in one moment. And there was random friggin' like rain showers that were happening on and off there the entire day. I'm like, there's nothing. I'm standing literally where there's like blue and I'm getting rained on. But so I'm at the beach and I'm like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And it wasn't raining in that moment. I'm like, this is gorgeous. And I'm looking in front of me and there's this big cloud, but it's moving that way. And there's this blue sky that's coming. And then suddenly, like, I'm sitting here, I'm feeling all inspired. So I'm doing some work while I'm on the beach. And then suddenly I'm like, oh, it's chilly. I look up and there's this big gray cloud moving like quick. And it's coming in. I'm like, oh, I better jump in the water. So I throw my stuff down, jump in the water, and I'm swimming around. I'm in the water for maybe like 2 to 3 minutes. And then hailstorm hits. Hail is coming bananas. And it feels like tiny razor blades all over my skin. So I'm kind of laughing. I'm like, okay, I'm going to like get into the water more, right? Like, because I had my arms up. I was like stretching and going like this. And I'm like, this really hurts. This hell. I'm like laughing. So I get into the water and I didn't actually have my swim cap on. It was just my hair because my swim cap broke. So, but my hair at least, like when it was hitting my hair, was hitting my head, my hair was like helping so it didn't hurt. It was on my skin. I'm like, ouch. So I just kind of kept my head like this and I'm laughing. And at one point I decided, I'm like, okay, I'm actually going to float. And then it felt like little razor blades all over my body. And I just had fun with it and I allowed it. And I laughed and swam around in the hail until the hail shifted out. And then I went back and toweled myself off with a really wet hail towel. I put on my wet hail robe. But laughed at the experience and embraced the experience, not getting mad at the fact of this time that I have in the ocean was now hailing all over me and it kind of hurts, but laughing about how funny that is when I just had this like integration of having the capacity to hold it all. How you choose to meet the seemingly poopy energy completely dictates how you navigate it. I could have like got really fucking mad, worried about there being hail, and then stormed up to my truck and missed out on the swim altogether. But I tuned into the environment. I tuned into the water. I tuned into the sky. I tuned into the earth. I'm like, is it safe for me to go? Like, absolutely. So I went in and I enjoyed it, and I got exactly what I needed from that experience because I was open to getting that. I didn't need it with all my societal programming and my fear-based shit. I didn't have any fear-based shit when it came to that because I'd worked through so much, and I'm just like, safe, yep, okay, cool. We're gonna go and do this. Because when I saw that cloud, I had a feeling something was in it. Because the hail didn't hit until I was in the water. And then when the hail started, I'm like, do I need to go in? I'm like, no, that's just old thinking. Like, I'm good. And then I checked in again. So is the hail going to get, like, big and dangerous? Like, nah, you're good. I'm like, okay, cool. It was just little and ouchy. We're good. Little and ouchy hail. Not a big deal. And one with the shit, but not the shit. Exactly. Awesome. People move through shit at their own pace. Exactly. That's exactly it. People do move through shit at their own pace. And allowing them to do so and not putting our belief systems of how fast we believe or how we believe they need to be moving things on them. Allowing them to meet themselves and meet the situation in their own fucking pace. And if they need to double back and go back around and go sideways and all these little side quests, allow them to be where they're at without demonizing, without judging, just holding space and staying in your own lane and doing your own work. Again, support versus enabling and not doing the whole projectile judging energy as well, right? Hey, Trish. Hey, Kelsey. Oh, am I missing everything? There we go. Hey, Bernard. Oh, yeah. Trying to see what time it is. Ah! Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's just leave it. All right, what time is it? Or somebody. $6:05. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Riley. All right. I should probably go and start making some food. Hi. Are you okay? Hi, buddy. What doing? My cuteness. I love him. He is hilarious. I love all my children. He's just really funny because he's an ouchie grouchy. I want to feel it. Yeah, right? Yeah. He's actually, I'm really grateful that he's feeling this right now because it's 6 o'clock and in about an hour or two after supper, his sundowners kicks in with his dementia and he starts to get anxious and agitated and he has a hard time chilling out. Like he can, but it takes a little bit. But he just had his CBD and his flower essences. CBD out of 4. Flower essences he had at 5, I think. So he's in a good space right now. It's when it gets a little bit later. Right before his late night medicine is about 10, 11 o'clock he gets. And right around that time he gets grouchy. Any questions, guys? Any comments? feeling now versus at the beginning of the life? Better, worse, same? Clearer, muddier? Don't know. Glad I randomly caught you. I haven't been live for a bit, so yeah, you totally caught me. Good, hon. That's awesome. Hey, Catherine. I've been having attention to show up in the last little bit, but something always came up, or I got caught up in energy, or got caught scrolling with something like that. So today was definitely, I was like, no, I'm just going to do the thing. I'm just going to show up, and it'll be exactly what it's meant to be, even if that's only like 10 minutes. Because I didn't know how much time I had until CJ gets home, and I need to start making some supper. But I'm grateful that I chose to just come on anyway. It was nice to a normal, to me human. Yes. Yes. We're normal. Are normal. I remember when somebody said to me the one time that in his eye, I don't know, he says this is like the definition of normal is like me. So I'm like, cool. So all of us weirdos are like normal when we're with each other. And he's like, yeah. Okay, score. No, a so-called light worker, but they focus on the negative, and it's annoying. And that's the thing, is it's like finding that balance, right? Of the whole holding the light in the dark and everything in between. And I know the type of person that you're talking about, Arlene, where there's a very massive hypocritical energy. I don't know if hypocritical is the right word, but you guys will hopefully understand what I'm meaning by that. There's a massive dissonance between the two, and they don't always necessarily see that, which makes it a bit dangerous. But again, it's the whole thing of allowing people to be where they're at and coming to things and realizations and understandings, deepening understandings in their own time and way and space. This is so normal. This is the space for us weirdos. And we're normal. It's normal to be weird in this space. Always. That's the normal. Redefining normal. All right, I am being asked to also throw the reminder out. When you guys are doing healing work on yourself or on others, make sure that you're not using your own energy. Always, always, always be using higher frequency energies, channeling it through love above and love below, to and through. When you're using your own energy, you're depleting your own energy. You have access to infinite energy, infinite divine source energy. You just need to choose to tune into it and feel it moving through. I like to call it heal and be healed, because as you're healing others or the earth herself, you too so are being healed because it's moving through you. I like to channel it both through love above and love below. Some people just do this instead, and it feel it like it accumulates, it goes down and then out the hands, whatever feels good to you. There's minus but one way, not the only way. So you work with it, feel into it, feel what works good for you, but do not use your own energy, because that is how you get sick. That is how not great things happen. It's just like trying to run a vehicle when you're running out of gas and all of your fluids. You can severely fuck up your vehicle if you are trying to run it and it doesn't have proper like radiator fluid in it or proper brake line fluid. You're setting yourself up for serious accident. Same thing as this being our vehicle. energy conduit, exactly, energy conduit. We need to be the energetic conduit. I have a hard time being in their presence. Understanding. I know those types of people. It can sometimes be a bit challenging. We'll put it that way. But that's okay. To see your life. Yeah, and I'm just about to jump off to have been on probably for about an hour at this point. Now I'm starting to feel physically tired. I can feel my body suddenly going like, oh shit, okay, now the physical tiredness is kind of hitting me suddenly out of nowhere. It's pizza night. I'm gonna make pizza. This really great recipe for pizza out of chickpea flour. It's amazing. Really quick to make this chickpea crust. Like healthy pizza. Hopping around to different level of dimensions is exhausting. Yeah, Carrie, it is. Yeah. I had somebody at a client this week that was talking about that. How many of you feel that like more unrested after you wake up? Because you feel like you were dreaming a lot. You were working your fucking ass off, hopping around to multiple dimensions while you were sleeping. I feel it when I'm sleeping, and I feel it when I'm awake. But it's exhausting. There's a lot of bleed over energies right now for those of us that are more attuned to the multidimensionality. So making sure that we are being mindful of that. Releasing extraneous energies and grounding into this dimension of time and space. It's okay to feel into other things and learn from other things, but it can sometimes get very overwhelming and overstimulating. If you look up, Cass, I don't know what site I looked up. I just typed in, so I'm gluten-free, and that pizza is so easy, and it's fairly cheap. Like a bag of chickpea flour is like $8 for a decent sized bag, and I think it's like 1 cup chickpea flour with 2 cups tapioca starch. Believe it, not 2 cups, sorry, 2 tablespoons. 1 cup chickpea flour to 2 tablespoons, 1 or 2 tablespoons, I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 to be honest, tapioca flour, and 3/4 cup water. And you mix it up. And you heat, I do it in a cast iron pan, you don't have to. I choose cast iron. I huck it in my my oven. I heat up my cast iron pan, like I've got the grease in it. Heat up the pan while I am pre-doing my oven, preheating my oven. Oven is at 400 Fahrenheit, 375 Fahrenheit. I just go and intuitively do it. I think it's 375. And then I bring them out so that the pans are hot. Put the batter in there. Put the batter back in for 8 minutes. Bring the batter out. Put my toppings on. Throw them back in there for another 8 minutes. And boom, you have fairly fucking healthy pizza. I do everything by scratch. I don't do store-bought sauce. Store-bought. The only thing that I do store-bought once in a while is vegan cheese, because I found the super clean vegan cheese. CJ has some cheese. He's got like regular cheese, but he gets this like ethical, like organic cheese that he uses. And then we make our tomato sauce or a pesto or whatever the hell that we're using for pizza crust, and then put the different things on it. So it's fairly healthy. There's ways to clean up your diet like figuring out different foods that you love and making them healthier while still insanely delicious. Bye, Cass. Thanks for joining. Bit off topic, but anyone else notice portraits opening more often? Portals? Do you mean portals, Carrie? Like portraits. Like portraits of becoming portals? Yes. Yeah, Arlene already said portals. Yeah. Yeah. I was sitting in one the other day. It was beautiful. It was really feeling fairy energy. Sorry, I had weird hair that was sticking out. Some major Devitt Kingdom energy within that particular portal, which was really beautiful. It felt really nourishing in that moment. So a lot of people hear the word portals and they automatically think bad, and I'm like, no, not all of them have lower vibrational energy coming through. Some of them do. Or some of them are also energy sucks, but not all of them. Bye, hun. Thanks for coming. I'm going to jump here in a minute as well. All right, beauties. I'm actually going to bounce this time. Does anybody have any questions or comments before I bounce? Carrie, did you see Ara's message? It's right above yours. And yes, you take care too. Just to bounce him. Alright guys, if you have any questions for me, just quick snippets, feel free again to send them to me. If it's something that I feel can benefit, you know, the whole, then I can show up to it in a video. I always appreciate this isn't coming up with paths to go on in these lives. If you have some one-on-one guidance that you desire, absolutely, again, reach out to me and we can figure out some time to work together, and I can help you shift the shit. Whatever it is that you need assistance with and guidance with at this time. Alright guys, I am going to bounce. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I love you. Be fierce and live free.